Okay, guess what? Today is September 28th. Oh, 28th. It's the 26th. My bad. Welcome back. I am back from my trip and it was amazing. And I did a lot of fun stuff, like climb mountains. I climbed like the crater of a volcano. I climbed a glacier. I did all these fun things. I drank glacier water. I had an amazing time. Everything was so fun. I have a bunch of pictures, but right now there are more important things that I need to worry about, which include, of course, Halloween, because I'm so behind schedule. Because, you know, I want my costume to look nice, despite the fact that I don't want it to look nice, if that makes sense. Um, I was kind of considering scratching the whole thing to begin with and just getting a whatever costume, but then I was like, no, Lindsay, do what you're gonna do. So I think I told you this before. I wanted to go as Jane from Tarzan, and it's kind of a mix of Jane's uh dress from the animated movie, and I'm kind of making it that with Jane's dress from the movie from The Legend of Tarzan because I like her dress a little bit. But I'm not completely like I can't completely recreate that, so I'm kind of like bouncing ideas together. And yes, so also yeah, I just like that. And Jane is played by Margot Robbie in that movie, and I've the suit the Harley Quinn outfit that I did was a Margot Robbie cosplay costume that I did um so I don't know. Maybe she just calls to me. I don't know, something like that. So, it's kind of going to be a little bit of a difficult thing because there's a lot of steps in what I have to do, and it's going to be a little bit of a progress that I don't know if I'm actually going to get like that I'm actually going to work. It's kind of just going to be like a throw it together sort of thing. Um, but I'll show you what the dress looks like and what I'm going to want to try and do it. So, um, this is the dress, and it actually is really, really long, and that's part of the problem. It's nice though. It's nice that it's long, but it's kind of the problem that it's so long. So that's the dress, which reminds me very much of um, the one from the movie from the animated Tarzan, and because of that, I it was very cheap on Shein. I think $12 or $14, and so I just went and bought it, and it was perfectly fine. But I wanted it to not look like I was just traipsing around a jungle in a perfectly well-made dress because that's very illogical. That's not possible. You're not going to be in a lovely dress in the jungle. So I wanted to age it, distress it, look like it's been worn, kind of tear it a little bit. So I got, and this is kind of playing off of Margot Robbie's character in The Legend of Tarzan. Um, these lovely bloomers. And they come down to about my knees, like the top of my knees. So yeah. So they're kind of like I guess underwear, but like longer, whatever. And I plan on wearing those underneath, but those are too light, I think. They look a little bit too light for what I'm looking for. So, what I need to do, and this is going to be hard. I already know it's going to be hard because it's not these two outfits, these two things aren't made out of the correct material. is I'm going to try and tea stain them. I looked up a lot of videos, and staining works really well on like cotton fabrics, like absorbent fabrics. Well, I'm not working with an absorbent really fabric, but um, I'm planning on taking the entirety of these uh, bloomers and just tea staining them. And then I plan on not hemming, because hemming would mean that I am trying to create a like completely normal base, like a straight line, but kind of I want it to be on like an angle almost, like it got ripped on the side of my dress. Um, uh, and then kind of maybe like do a couple like little jagged edges um to the bottom of my dress so that you can see the thing the bloomers underneath at about my knee level. So I have to cut off part of that, have to cut off part of my dress, and I have to do that. And then I plan on putting more tea stains on that, and then on probably the cuff, because the cuff, I'm pointing to something over here that you can't see. But you saw the white cuff that was like lace. Well, like I feel like that's not gonna stay white, so I'm probably put like some of that on there, and then there's I saw some person use like, oh, if you want it to be like dirt, like there's like brown fabric paint that you can like kind of water down and stuff. So I think I'll probably splash some of that on the dress a little bit in some places, because I mean you're in a jungle, you're running around, you're walking around, stuff like that. And I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna try and just like wing it a little bit, but also it's like Orderly Chaos, which is kind of my middle name. Orderly Chaos is kind of my middle name. Like, so I'm kind of trying to have fun with it, but also like keep it together. I think the main problem is gonna be the fact that the material isn't made out of what most people use when tea staining. I'm using a different material. And it already takes a long time. It can take like anywhere between like 30 minutes and like 3 hours. It's like insane. Um, so that's today's project. That's today's part one's project. um, also, I'm gonna try in the midst of trying to tea stain, I'm gonna try and weather my costume, which is what I mean by weathering means like distressing, or like, you know, putting like little like edges, like, oh yeah, I was running through a forest sort of thing. So I'll probably do that towards the edges of like this, on the ends of here, because like I feel like that would happen to the bottom of here. And then I'm gonna attempt to cut that dress. We're gonna see what happens. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be an interesting thing, and we're gonna see how that goes. And I will get back to you. So, yes. I will definitely tell you more about Iceland. Don't worry. I promise. It's coming, but I just am so like in the zone, like, you need to do your costume right now. Then I'm like, I have to tell you about me doing my costume right now. Okay. I'll see you in a bit.